Okay, John, I have your 2 quads finished up. So this one I built, this one I fixed. Let's start with the fixed one. So you sent me this because it didn't work, and it had this crappy flight controller on it. And I'm not sure what kind of solder you use, but I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, it looks like there's some kind of layer of something over the top. I don't even know what it is, but it's really messy. But anyway, this flight controller no longer worked, is what I concluded. So I got you a new flight controller. This is, I think it's called the Fortini from Furious FPV. They're pretty good at making goggle modules, but they're not the best at making flight controllers. Oh, I take that back. The Pico BLX was one of my favorite all-time flight controllers back in the day. But any other ones that they've made are just, I've never heard anything good about them. I never really use them because they just, I mean, I tried a couple of them and they always burned out and shit. So anyway, I got you a DYS F4 Pro V2 because it's a very sturdy, strong, robust, always gonna work flight controller. And so I threw it in there. You had the same stuff on your 4-in-1, so you can see how it's nice and shiny now. I kind of went over it all. I got as much of the old stuff off as I could and retinned everything and resoldered it. So it should be good to go now. I updated the flight controller to the newest Betaflight, which is 4.1. And what else? I think that's all I did. Yeah, I just threw in that new flight controller and got it all set up, ready to go. And all you need to do is slap your camera in. The plug's all ready to go right here, and you'll be ready to fly. The receiver is on top of the flight controller right here in the middle. The bind button is on this side, so the opposite side of the USB for the flight controller. You're going to want to push down right here. That's the bind button, and it is a RXSR, so you're going to bind in D16. Make sure you don't hold down the bind button for too long, or you'll end up putting it in PPM mode. And you'll know it's in PPM mode because it will not have a blue LED. You do want a blue LED on it. That means it's in S-Bus mode. So it's already bound up to my radio. Let me turn it on and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see a blue LED right there, right here on the receiver. That means this is in S-Bus mode. If you hold down the bind button for too long after the battery's powered on, the blue LED will go away, and that means it's in PPM mode, and you don't want it in that mode. I set up your LEDs. They're all ready to go for you to set it however you want. I just, I like white and blue, so I did the 3 on the ends white, and then the inside 5 blue, because I thought it would look cool. Alright, so I don't have any lock nuts. You didn't send them with the quad, so I'm just going to arm it for you. And I did already make sure the motors are going the right way, and I made sure they were mapped correctly. I did actually have to remap them, so you won't have to worry about any of that because you won't be flashing it for a while, I'm sure, since it's on 4.1. But anyway, here we go. Let's arm it. And there you go. They're all spinning. We got clockwise, clockwise, counter, counter. So it's good to go. All right. This is your Primo 3. Turned out excellent. You got your receiver right here. Bind button right there. I'm clicking it right now. That's an XM Plus. I flashed it for RSSI. Bind it in D16 mode. You got a cap on your XT30. You got the Gnarly FPV 1203 7000 kV motors. You got the Nameless RC 12 amp flight controller, Runcam Nano 2 Axie Micro, and Unify Pro 32 Nano, which is stuck to the back of the camera. And I threw in one of these Pyrodrone battery straps and some battery sticky stuff. Alright, so we'll throw a this battery right here, 452S. There's your video. You can see RSSI is working. Looks good. Let's make sure it arms. Yep. Alright. We'll do a little hover. Here we go. Flying nice and smooth. That one is also running Betaflight 4.1. So I noticed that Betaflight 4.1 has actually been pretty good for micros so far that I've tested, because I know that there was a ton of problems after 3.5.7 with micros, and I know a lot of people were just using 3.5.7 on their micros, even when 4.0 came out and any of the ones in between 3.5.7 and 4.0. But 4.1 has been working out pretty good lately. So there you go. There's your two quads. I'm gonna get them boxed up and shipped out, and I'll send you over tracking. All right, thank you.